Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this up to about the 40. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They go play action with Lawrence. Going for the deep ball. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Saints will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
That's good for a Saints.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. The Saints sitting at 5-2 on the year. And they've been playing well, really well. I mean, winners of 5 of their last 7, but losers last time out.
And the key for them, as I see it, tightening things up on defense because the offense did its part. They played well, but defensively, way too many lapses and big plays allowed. That ultimately doomed them in their last ball game.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
On third down, T. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
Palardy now on to punt as he sends this one away. Did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
A pretty good-looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They go play action now. Lawrence. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress. And I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. On play action, Lawrence. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
And, partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
On 1st and 10. Teague. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Back to throw. Teague. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. George Pickens with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And incomplete on the deep ball.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. He's going to air one out. Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Though that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Touchdown, New Orleans! Najee Harris with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others. And the Saints take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Lawrence. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
On third down, Lawrence. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Fourth down, here's Lawrence. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Going right back to Knox, and again a completion. Touchdown, Vikings! Dawson Knox from 13 yards out. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Michael Badgley on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7.
Makes the score Saints 21, Vikings 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here's Tony to return it as he brings it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Again, it's Harris on second down. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 136 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Off the play fake. Teague rolling to his right. And this one is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
To throw on third down, Teague. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. That third down conversion good for 23.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And some room to run now. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
tackle there by Lewis Cine.
That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Off play action. Teague. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints.
Kadarius Toney.
A touchdown on a kick return and now one through the air as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. And he's got his man out of the slot, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Lawrence now off the bootleg.
Rolling to his left. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down.
And the Vikings are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14.
Vikings 14.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
First down, and they go back to Harris.
Taken down at the 42.
So we have come to halftime and what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play.
This taken in at the goal line.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
Then he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now Lawrence. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Throwing again here. It's Lawrence.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Now Lawrence to throw.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
Here's Lawrence.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'm sure there was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
And it's not time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Badgley's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
Taken at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Let's go now.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Harris starts the drive on the ground. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 168 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
19 Lions. Set, triple.
On the draw, it's Harris. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Now here's another carry for Harris. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
He finds Douglas complete. On the move past the 40. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Najee Harris, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
He'll fire it deep for Rager. And he's got it inside the 10. Then he will finally be taken down, but how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the 3rd quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Lawrence will throw. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit.
Vikings 24.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here's Tony to return it as he brings it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Here we go.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Well, there are two scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A big-time play there for New Orleans. 45 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And his carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Here's Lawrence to throw. That'll be caught. Rager with it. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence is going to let this one go deep. And this is going to be intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off.
And the Saints are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Jeff Okudah up from his quarterback spot to make the play.
You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
Ready? 19 Sergeant, 19 Sergeant.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
That'll be caught. It's Tony. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
They hand this off to Harris. And he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
Well, I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the two-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy. Gives them a chance to do a little extra coaching next week.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
Following the fumble recovery, Teague setting up the screen, Harris. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
70 Rangers.
To throw on second down. Teague. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done.
That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Douglas. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw again. It's brought in by Harris. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Off the play fake. Teague. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Kadarius Toney.
His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season.
And the Saints are closing in on a 6-2 start as they extend this 4th quarter advantage.
Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made.
And my goodness, another interception.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Saints are going to take over here up near the 40.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
The partner under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for New Orleans,
they climb to 6-2 on the year as they close in on the midpoint of the